Once upon a time, the queen had triplets.
Three! Wait, three?
Wait, three.
And so there were.
Boys?
Girls.
And so they were. The queen named them April, May, and June. As the years passed, the three little princesses grew into beautiful young women.
It is time to think of marrying.
And wedding pieces and wedding gowns and wedding balls.
And
Yes.
princes, too.
Yes, princes. And there is a problem, you see. There is a slight shortage of princes this year.
A shortage of princes? How dreadful!
Most unfortunate.
I'm afraid so. There were some very fine princes, but it appears they've been taken. One was swept up by a cleaning girl.
A cleaning girl? But that's impossible!
Of all the nerve.
A cleaning girl named Cinder something or other. Very nice and a hard worker too. They say she only had rags to wear, except for a pair of glass slippers. But she took the prince away. Another prince found some enchanted castle. Those are very rare these days, but you do find one every now and then. It seems everyone had been asleep for years, including the king's daughter, a real beauty. Without even knowing the girl, the prince fell in love. Woke her with a kiss.
A kiss? A kiss? My word!
Of course.
You know the magic spells. If you can't think of anything else to break them, a kiss will usually do the trick. Anyway, the prince was married before anyone could even finish yawning. Another prince fell hopelessly in love with a dead girl.
A dead girl? How frightful!
Good heavens.
She wasn't really dead. Another magic spell, you see. Her stepmother was a real witch. She couldn't stand the poor girl and put a curse on her. Everyone thought she was dead. She was so beautiful they kept her in a glass coffin. Good thing, too. The prince wandered by and fell in love. A kiss did the trick again. One more prince taken. Lovely for them, but you see how it creates a problem for us?
It's a problem, all right. What a problem it is.
Most perplexing.
I will go and find a prince myself.
Find a prince yourself.
That's unheard of!
Quite improper.
I'm sure I can. If a cleaning girl can, why not? If a cleaning girl can, how hard can it be?
Well, I've heard a prince or two might be left in the northern countries. You could try there, I suppose.
I will leave at once.
And so she did.
What of you, May? Will you seek your prince too?
I hope your mother won't mind terribly, but I'd rather not find a prince at all.
Not at all.
That's unthinkable.
Have you lost your mind?
Not at all. I've never much liked being a princess. I prefer to be an ordinary sort of person and work in the gardens.
Well, I suppose 2 princesses is enough for any castle.
Indeed.
Of course.
And there's a nice young man who works in the gardens. I believe he would marry me if you said he should.
And so they did.
Well then, June, what of you?
Oh, I think I'll put an ad in the paper.
An ad in the paper?
I'm quite happy being a princess, but I don't want the hassle of searching for a prince. Therefore, I shall put an ad in Cast the Times. The ad will read, Wanted, a prince to marry. Preferably handsome and rich, must be wise and kind. Applying person to Princess June.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
I'm not sure it's wise.
Sooner or later, a nice prince will answer my ad. Until then, I'm quite content to wait.
Very well then, write your ad.
And so she did. It was not long before Princess April returned to the castle with a charming prince.
Now then, April, tell us how you found this fellow.
It wasn't easy, Father. I traveled north until I reached the castle. A queen and her son lived in it. They didn't even talk about marriage.
Spend the night and we'll talk in the morning.
The room was nice enough, but oh, the bed. I needed a ladder to climb up it. It was very lumpy. I couldn't sleep a bit. I figured that since I was awake and the prince didn't seem very eager to marry me, I might as well move on. So I did. Of course, it was terribly dark out. I couldn't see a thing. I ran right into another castle. When I rang the bell, a horrid beast came to the door.
A beast, a horrid beast.
Shocking.
Extraordinary.
It was dreadful. You can be sure I didn't stick around to find a prince there. I ran away as quickly as I could. Suddenly, I splashed right into a smelly pond. A poor frog talked to me, or at least tried. He had a raspy voice, hard to understand. I was tired, frightened, and soaked. I didn't have time to listen to a grumpy old frog.
That may have been a good time to try and kiss you.
Ah, yes indeed.
Quite so.
A kiss? Maybe. I never thought of kissing a frog.
Not to worry, my dear. You have a prince now. Do tell us how you got him.
Oh yes. In the morning, I wandered further north. The snow was very deep. I was freezing. Not to mention tired and hungry. I almost decided to go home and let my prince find me. Then I saw him. so tall, so handsome, so marvelous that I almost didn't notice he was made of ice.
Of ice? He was made of ice?
Remarkable!
Chilling.
Indeed.
And you thought him out?
He was enchanted, of course, by a wicked stepmother. You know how it is. I kissed to the trick, just as you said. As soon as he stopped dripping, we hurried here to be married.
Everything is almost ready for the wedding. While you were away, we worked night and day to prepare your wedding feast, ball, and gowns.
Gowns?
May has arranged to marry a young man who works in the gardens.
The gardens? May's marrying gardener? It's true!
And why not? True. Of course, he isn't just a gardener. He's a prince as well. Wicked stepfather, curses, and all that. A kiss did the trick once more. We can have a triple wedding as soon as suitable prince answers June's ad.
Ad? June has placed an ad for a prince?
Quite distressing as well.
We've already been through this.
Ding dong!
Hello?
Oh. Hi, I tricked you, didn't I? Tom Thumb at your service. I'm here about the ad. May I speak to Princess June, please?
Why, I'm Princess June, but I'm afraid you're not quite what I was hoping for. You're much too small, and well, I'm afraid of mice. I'm sorry, but you just won't do.
Oh, well, it was worth a try. I guess we have. Good day. Yeah.
Well,
It was a very odd little man, only as big as your thumb. His horse was a mouse. I doubt he's a real prince. Oh, well, there's the bell again. Perhaps this may be my prince.
well,
So?
kiss wouldn't help?
Absolutely not. The ad must have got 10 in the jungle times by mistake. By mistake, it was a lion.
A lion?
Beastly.
I knew the ad was a mistake.
Perhaps you were right. But the lion's gone now. And look, someone else is coming.
A man, I hope.
Tall and handsome.
Please, I hope this is the man we've been waiting for. I understand you're looking for a new guardian.
Actually, I'm looking for a prince to marry.
Well, now you're a very beautiful princess. I would be delighted to marry you. Although I am not a prince now, I would be if I married a princess. Marry me, and you shall have your prince.
And so she did. The next day the castle was full of flowers and wedding guests. The three princesses were full of happiness. The king and queen were full of pride. The servants were full of relief. It was a marvelous wedding. The three princesses were stunning in their wedding gowns of silk, lace, beads, and jewels. The three princes were dashing in their wedding suits. The feast was delicious. No one was hungry in all the land that day. The dance could not have been better. Even though someone dropped a glass slipper, it was a glorious day. As the newlyweds kissed, everyone was certain the three princesses and their princes would live happily ever after, and so they did.